Okay, guys, welcome to another week of Moon Pie's How to Make Money on YouTube Clinic. This is session number 3. Yes, we're up to number 3 now, and I'm going to go through a couple of you who wanted your videos reviewed, your channels reviewed. I'm going to start with the Weird Vision Guy, and this is Adam from the UK, and he has 3 videos. Sometimes it's hard to get a feel for someone when they just have a couple videos up. And Adam's videos, they're pretty much all over the map. The first video he put up was a school presentation he did on Mark Wahlberg. The second one was one for Shay Carl for the Shaytards intro that he made for them. And this is the third video, which is him, playing with a lighter and deodorant can to make flames. And the one thing I wanted to point out in this video, which is, I mean, his most unique one, since it's all him for the most part, is that you see you maybe not see it because the screen's so small, but you see the little bar here at the 10-second mark and the ad over here. Normally you would think, well, hey, this means that, that the Weird Vision Guy is a YouTube partner and he's actually making money from this video. Well, the truth is that he's not, because the video has the song Prodigy's The Fire Starter, and that's why the claim, you can't read it probably down here, but down here there's a copyright claim from Prodigy and a link to buy it. So basically it's Prodigy's label that's actually getting this ad money, not him. So that's why I know it's hard for a lot of people to, and it happened to me at the beginning too, where you want to lean as a crutch to lean on someone else's work because, if you're going to be, playing with matches, in this case, why not play Firestarter, a great electronica song from the early 1990s. The problem is that YouTube will flag it, and even though you're not going to get thrown out of the site, no, this video is obviously still here. If and when Adam wants to apply to be a YouTube partner, it's going to be hard for him because this video is going to be rejected because it basically uses someone else's music. So everything else looks good here. He has good tags, good everything. The only thing I would do, especially with something like this, where he's basically, making some cool effects with flame and a deodorant can aerosol, is that the title of the video, Boredom Causes the Deodorant and Lighter Combination. Now, this may sound great for, a novel or a coming of age novel or something like that, but sometimes you need to get right to the point. And even though, it's obviously he'd be trying to game the system, it was something like, deodorant and lighter, experiment goes horribly wrong or something accident, the kind of stuff that people may search for. There's really no harm in him trying to stage something like that. It'll definitely get a lot of views. It'll get a lot more dislikes than likes. But it's, something that he can do to at least draw more attention to it, or, or how to start a fire with a deodorant can or something like that. Something more to the point and something that more people are likely to be searching for rather than artsy title, which is awesome. I like the title. I'd read the book if it was one, but it's not. It's a video, and people aren't going to be able to find it with this kind of title. But beyond that, and he also uses a song for the Carl Shay, the Shay Carl intro. He uses someone else's songs, and I know it's hard, especially if you don't have access to original music. But sooner or later, if you're making these videos, and obviously we grew up in an era where everyone makes mixtapes and passes songs around and stuff, it's perfectly natural. Yet YouTube does not look kindly upon that. And if it wasn't for the fact that Prodigy's label has a deal with YouTube, this video may have already been flagged and taken off the site, like some other videos are with sound that get the sound completely taken off. And even though YouTube has an option to replace the sound on the video, that also means that he talks through this video, and that aspect of the video would be gone too if it was to be completely, redubbed. So my advice to Adam is, keep it up, keep coming, keep putting up videos because he only has a handful of subscribers right now. And look, I'm going to be subscriber number 6 right there with that click. And what I think we have to do here is basically put up more content and work a little more on the titles and just avoid using other people's music. I'm not trying to preach. It's not something that I would do. I'm just saying this is how YouTube plays the rules laid out, and that's how you have to play with them. So that's this video, this channel. Now let's go on to something else. Okay, and the second video we're going to look at this week, the second channel, is AirbrushFX. Now, Pete here, basically every week he uploads a video on his airbrush designs. And it's not just him showing off. He actually goes through tutorials telling people how to do certain techniques. In this latest video, it's how to do the swirly script, which you will see later on in the video. And he basically has stuff like on digital art and basically a lot of stuff to do. If you go through it, he's been up since April, and he uploads a video every week. And one cool thing that he does that I think is perfect is, and I turned down the sound so you really can't hear it, but he does have stuff. He's telling people added new videos added weekly, so they already know if they want fresh airbrush design content, just subscribe to his channel, and you know you're going to get something new every week. And true enough, it has been. He has about 4 every month, which averages out to about once a week. He has his address here, youtube.com/user/airbrushfx. Something people may not know is that you don't need the user and the second backslash. You can do youtube.com/airbrushfx, and it's the same. It takes you to the same place. It's also shorter. It's easier to remember. And the word user, it almost makes you seem like you're just using the site and not, the kind of contributor. I mean, I just don't like the word user in general in an address. I don't know why YouTube uses that, but you don't need it in your address. Just put youtube.com/airbrushfx. Now, everything about this, Pete's basically YouTube partner ready. And I applied for the YouTube Partner Program twice before getting accepted the third time. So I can tell you that there's no harm in applying to the YouTube Partners Program too early if you have content that's ready. And of course, he has less than 200 subscribers, so he doesn't have the kind of number of subscribers. The video views aren't that the kind of volume that YouTube likes to give to their partners. I see other partners. But I think this content is unique enough and specialized enough and advertiser friendly enough where I think it would be very easy for him to get in. If he's not there yet, he's very close. And what's the harm in applying? Because all they can tell you is no and apply again in 2 months. And in 2 months, he'll have more subscribers, more videos, and it'll be a lot easier then. But having a rejection doesn't necessarily stop you from being accepted 2 months later. I'm living proof of that. I went through 2 rejections before making it through 6 months later. So going through his stuff, great tags. The descriptions, they're very. He could have a little more. And here he's using common license, Creative Commons music, Machinima sound music he's using. He could be a little more flowery on the descriptions. There isn't really a lot there. But one thing that I should point out is that he doesn't have much of a social basically, you need to have is a Facebook page, a Twitter account, or a blog. And I think a blog, to get that social presence out there, is the easiest way because you can use blogger.com. Every week he puts up a video, just embed it into his blogger.com channel, and use Blogger AdSense ads that he monetize through there, so he can make a little money right through the blog alone, even if the YouTube partnership program doesn't work out. So he can already be making some ad money that way. Not a lot, but it all depends on the traffic. And the other thing you should do, I recommend he checks out Val's Art Diary. And this is youtube.com/Val's Art Diary. And Valentina was one of the big YouTube celebrities back around 2007, 2008. And what she would do, and she still has it, she's still active in her channel, but that was one of the early artist pioneers. She would create paintings and tell a story about how the paintings came about, and then list the items on eBay. And as her channel grew in popularity, her stuff went from making in the tens of dollars in eBay to the hundreds of dollars in eBay. And I'm sure she probably sold some for in the 4 figures, but I can't verify that right now. But the Wall Street Journal had a story on her, and she basically pioneered the way for how people should run an artist-related channel. And it's basically getting people involved. And I think AirbrushFX should do a better job of getting people, pitching what comes next by getting people involved. Give people 3 options and let the people vote in the comment box to see what they would like to see next, and let that be the lesson. And from there on, get people involved, make it more of a story. There's so much. He has the talent as an artist, and he obviously has the talent as video editing skills and laying out everything. He could take it to the next creative level and be the next YouTube hotshot. And that's it for this week. I'll see you next week in my workshop.